Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 3 will presented about events and behavioral approach. And here our group member. In here I will explain about events approach. The majority of the American Accounting Association committee members favor the value approach to accounting over the events approach, because the value approach is known to allow the derivation of accounting theories that provide optimal inputs to specific decision models. The events approach suggests that the objective of accounting is to provide information about relevant economic events that can be useful in various decision models, so that as a result there will be more information available to users to determine the nature and degree of integration of the information needed in making decision. The characteristics of an event are directly observable and have significant economic meaning to user. Given the number of characteristics and the number of events relevant to each user decision model, the events approach requires an expansion of the accounting data presented in the financial statement. For the next material is about difference between value approach and event approach. In the value approach, the balance sheet is considered an indicator of the company's financial position at the particular point in time. An income statement as an indicator of the company's financial performance for a given period, and the last, cash flow statement as a presentation of change in cash. Meanwhile, in the event approach, the balance sheet is considered an indirect communication of all accounting events relevant to the companies. An income statement as a direct communication of the operating events that occurred during a given period. And the last, cash flow statement as a presentation of financial and investment events. Okay, for the last material is about events-based accounting information system. Number 1 is the hierarchical model. The hierarchical model is based on the idea of an events accounting information system that allows users to provide database queries. Number 2, network model. The network model uses an initially unstructured database input and a collection of queries or data requests to develop a hierarchical data structure that will be minimize the number of records that must be accessed to answer the request set. Number 3 is relational model. The relational model is basically a collection of relations of various levels that have time difference. Number 4, entity relationship model. The entity relationship model essentially replaces the traditional charts of accounts and double entry bookkeeping procedure by viewing entity relationship in the form of entity tables and relationship tables. And the last is REA accounting model. The REA accounting model is a general entity relationship presentation of accounting phenomena with components consisting of devices representing economic resource, economic events, and economic agents.
Next material is about the behavioral approach. The behavioral approach in accounting theory emphasizes the importance of considering the behavior of users of accounting information, both individually and in groups. This approach focuses on, among others, the relevance of information for decision making and the impact of information on the behavior of decision makers. Accounting is seen as a process that aims to influence action through the information conveyed, as well as the behavior of accountants. Research shows that perception of the accuracy of financial statements are influenced by factors such as company size, profitability, and auditor status. In addition, users' decisions can also be influenced by accounting methods used, such as inventory recording technique and pricing information, depending on the text, user characteristic, and environmental content. Counting technique and data create different linguistic codes in inter and intra-group communication. This occurs because there is no agreement on the meaning of various accounting concepts, giving rise to the need for further research regarding the nature of institutional language in the accounting profession, the difference between formal language and public language, and the importance of testing whether public language can be understood by formal data users such as students. Functional fixation in accounting occurs when decision makers are unable to adjust their decision making process because they are affected by a fixed mindset towards the function of objects or data. In psychology, functional fixation relates to the limit use of objects according to their original function. While in accounting, the focus is on how data is regularly used in solving problems are researched by Idri, Judith, and Knight. Information in the third refers to an individual tendency to respond to information based on expectation or anticipation of the consequence of its use. This concept explains that a person's behavior in communication is influenced by the information received, but in terms of how the information is used and its impact on the decision making process.
Okay, so now I will explain the material about human information processing approach. The human information processing approach grew out of desire to improve both the information set presented to users of financial data and the ability of users to use that information. There are three main components of the information processing models. There is input, process, and output. The study of the information input set focuses on variables that are likely to influence how a person processes information for decision making, including the first one, there is scale characteristics of each queue. Then the second, there is statistical properties of the information set. Then the third, there is informational load or predictive significance. Then the fourth, there is method of presentation context. The different emphasis on the three components of the information processing model have led to the use of 6 different approaches. The first one, there is lens model approach. The lens model approach allows for explicit recognition for interdependence between environmental and individual-specific variables and is used to assess human judgment situation in which a person makes judgment based on an explicit set of cues from the environment. Then the second, there is probabilistic judgment. Probabilistic judgment Probabilistic judgment, known as the Bayesian approach, first focuses on a comparison of intuitive probability judgment with normative models. Research on the abandonment of normative decision-making behavior focuses on heuristics and biases that are essentially representative in auditing, bias in management control, and bias in financial analysis, and on the ability of decision makers to carry out their roles as evaluators of information.
Okay, number 3, there are prediction behavior. Prediction behavior is commonly tested using process tracking method. This method has evolved from the theory of problem solving developed by Neville and Seward, who argue that humans have a certain memory with limited capacity and a long-term memory that seems unlimited. The next is there are cognitive style approach. The cognitive style approach focuses on variables that are likely to have an impact on the quality of judgment made by decision maker. Cognitive style is a hypothetical idea used to explain the meditation process that occurs between stimuli and response. So the next slide is about cognitive relativism in accounting. The cognitive revolution in social psychology has created a strong concern about the structure of knowledge regarding memory in general and how people learn in particular. And last, there are cultural relativism in accounting. Cultural relativism holds that culture shapes the cognitive functioning of individuals dealing with an accounting or auditing phenomenon. There are various concepts of culture in anthropology that discuss different terms in accounting research, such as Malinowski functionalist, Radcliffe pro-structural functionalist, Kurt Enoch ethnic science, Kurt symbolist anthropology, and Levi Strauss structuralism.
Okay, I will explain about an evaluation of the behavioral approach. So, an evaluation of the behavioral approach in accounting theory shows that while this approach makes an important contribution in understanding how accounting information affects user behavior, it also has a number of limitations. Its strength lies in its ability to explain individuals' psychology and social reactions to accounting information, making it useful in designing more effective and communicative reporting system. This approach has also encouraged many studies that seek to establish generalization regarding human behavior in the context of accounting information, with the aim of developing and verifying behavioral hypotheses relevant to accounting theory, such as adequacy of disclosure, useful of financial statement data, attitudes toward reporting practices, materiality considerations, and the impact of accounting procedures on decisions. However, this goal has not been fully achieved, as most experimental and survey research in behavioral accounting is still theoretically and methodologically weak. In addition, this approach is descriptive and less normative, and the research results tend to be contextual and difficult to generalize. Therefore, although it is not enough to form a complete accounting theory, the behavioral approach still has value as a complement that enriches the understanding of accounting from the human side. That's all from our group. Thank you for your attention. See you in the next session. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.